Recording.
What was it like growing up in Montreal?
Well, Montreal is a very close-knit community, and basically everybody knows each other, and everybody knows each other's business. And there were some awesome, amazing things about it. There were some things I didn't love about it, but I became really close to a lot of people.
And what was it like taking care of your mother? Was it hard?
Well, my mother got sick when I was 7. She had a stroke, and she wasn't home. She was in the hospital for, I would say, a year and a half or so, 2 years. When she came home, I went essentially from being a kid to taking care of her. So in the beginning, it was really, really hard. I didn't love it. But then I actually learned to really love it. I felt like there was something special about me because I was this kid taking care of an adult. And I grew up really quickly. I learned to make challah when I was 8 years old. I was cooking Shabbos dinners and dinner every single night, and I don't know, I felt special, I guess, and I got a lot of attention because of it, so, every kid likes attention.
And so you're in college now. What does it feel like being a student at your age?
Um, well, given that I don't act my age, I think it's pretty awesome. Once I made the decision to go back to school, I knew it was the best decision I ever made, and it's really been a wonderful experience. I learned new things about myself, for example, that I love learning, and I relate to the kids that are 20 years younger than me and have a great time with them, and I also relate to the professors that are more my age, and so I wear essentially two hats, and been having a really great experience with it. I enjoy it.
What is like life living with type 1 diabetes?
So I ended up getting type 1 diabetes when Kinneret was 2 years old. Your younger sister, who is, God, how old is she? 14? Wow. So I ended up getting type 1 diabetes as an adult, and the difference between type 1 and type 2 is type 1 is autoimmune disease. Basically, your beta cells are killed off by the immune system, and the body cannot produce insulin. Type 2, the body doesn't use the insulin that is being produced well. It becomes resistant to the insulin that's being produced. And the way to manage type 1 is you need to inject insulin into the body. In type 2, you usually can, with diet, medication, and exercise, can manage the diabetes that way. In the beginning, it was really hard. I didn't know how to use the insulin. It's not really a clear science. It's still a little bit difficult. Well, sometimes a lot difficult. But I've learned to manage it very well. I take really, really, really good care of myself. And I'm able to basically do whatever I want because I do a fairly good job learning how much insulin I need and when I don't need so much. And, I lead a very normal and active life. So not bad to have a challenge. Makes life interesting.
And why the change in your career from dancing to yoga, from dancing and yoga to physical therapy?
Basically, I really wasn't making money, or very, very little money. I still teach yoga, but I teach very, very little of it. And, I like to help people. It's physical therapy was something that I was thinking about when your oldest sister, Dahlia, was a baby. I wanted to be a physical therapist. And but I was pregnant with Eitan, your brother, and it was hard going to school and being a young mother. So I just focused on dance and yoga, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I'll probably always teach yoga, but I just really wasn't making enough money, and I decided to revisit going back and becoming a physical therapist. And like I told you before, it was the best decision I ever made.
The end.
The end. Okay. How did I do?
You're